Good evening, students. Welcome back to 7th Standard Social Online class. Students, today we are going to study a new lesson in History Unit number 2. The Mughal Empire. Who built Taj Mahal? Yes, Shah Jahan. He built Taj Mahal. In this lesson, we are going to know the circumstances and the establishment of Mughal Empire in India and the great achievements of six great Mughals like Babur, Humayun, Akbar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan and Aurangzeb. And we are going to understand the administrative, religious policies and their cultural contribution of Mughals. Let me start the lesson. You see this chart. The Mughal Empire was founded by Babur, and these are the six great Mughals. After Aurangzeb, there was no proper or efficient Mughal ruler in India. So these six members were called as six great Mughals. The Mughal Empire started in the year 1526. It was founded by Babur. Then after the death of Babur, his son Humayun, he became next emperor. Then after the death of Humayun, his son Akbar, his period was called as the Golden Age. And after Akbar, Jahangir, then Shah Jahan and Aurangzeb, they ruled India. Let me start the introduction. A new empire began in India with the arrival of the Mughal king Babur. So a new Mughal empire that was formed in India with the coming of Babur. Except for the brief reign of Shah of Suri dynasty, the Mughal rule is continued from 1526 to 1707. These were the years when the fame of the great Mughals of India spread all over Asia and Europe. After the six great Mughal emperors, that is after the death of Aurangzeb, this great Mughal empire, it began to disintegrate. Now we will study the founder of the Mughal empire, Babur. His career that was started from 1526 and that was ended in 1530. Ancestry and his earlier life. Zahiruddin Muhammad Babur, popularly known as Babur. He was the founder of Mughal Empire in India. Note this one important one-word question and GK question. Who was the founder of the Mughal Empire? Yes, Babur. His original name? Zahiruddin Muhammad Babur. The term Muhammad can be traced to Babur's ancestors. Babur was the great grandson of Timur on his father's side. On his mother's side, his grandfather was Yunus Khan of Tashkent, who was known as the great Khan of the Mongols. So from his father's side, he belonged to Timurs. From his mother's side, he belonged from Mongols. And the 13th in the direct line of descent of Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan, he was a great leader in Mongolia. Babur was born on 14th February 1483, know this year and date month. He was named Zahiruddin, that means defender of faith. Zahiruddin means defender of faith, Muhammad. He inherited Fargana, a small kingdom in Central Asia, when he was 12 years old. So when he was 12 years old, he was appointed as the governor of a small kingdom, that is Fargana. But he was soon driven out from there by Uzbeks, the people of Uzbekistan. After 10 years of adversity, Babur established himself as the ruler of Kabul, that was it's the capital of Afghanistan. You see this picture, this is Babur. He was the founder of the great Mughal Empire in India in the year 1526. Foundation of Mughal Empire in Kabul, Babur set his sights eastwards. He turned his attention towards eastern side, reminded by the memory of Timur's India invasion. Because his grandfather Timur, he already invaded India and he took the wealth from India. So he turned his attention towards India side. In 1505, the very year after he took Kabul, Babur led his first expedition towards India. Yet he was preoccupied with the Central Asian affairs. He did not have any ambition beyond Punjab till 1524. So just he took the territory only. He did not like beyond Punjab. Then a great opportunity came knocking. That is Dilwar Khan, who was Daulat Khan Lodi's son, and Alam Khan, who was the uncle of Sultan of Delhi, that is Ibrahim Lodi. Both they arrived in Kabul to ask help from Babur to remove Ibrahim Lodi from power. So up to 1524, Babur have no aim to capture India. But two persons, Dilwar Khan and Alam Khan, both were the relation of Ibrahim Lodi. They came to Kabul and they asked Babur help to defeat Ibrahim Lodi. Babur defeated Ibrahim Lodi at the Great Battle of Panipat. That is the first Battle of Panipat in the year 1526. This was already we have studied in our first lesson, and occupied Delhi and Agra. Following Babur's victory in this battle, Mughal dynasty came to be established in India with Agra as its capital. Note this one, Agra, that was a capital of Mughal Empire. Babur's military conquest. Babur defeated Rana Sanga and his allies at Kanwa in the year 1527, and he won the war against chief of Chanderi 1528 and prevailed over the Afghan chiefs of Bengal and Bihar 1529. You see the year 1527, 1528, 1529, and in the year 1530 Babur died. But he could consolidate his victories. Babur was a scholar in Turkish language and Persian languages. He recorded his impression about Hindustan, its animal, plants and trees and flowers and fruits in his autobiography, Tuzigi Babari. So Babur, he himself wrote one autobiography. That autobiography name was Tuzigi Babari. In that book, he was so much of impressed in India, our animals, plants, trees, flowers and fruits, etc. Students, you see this picture. This is Rana Sanga of Mewar. He was the ruler of Mewar. He was defeated by Babur in the year 1527 at the Battle of Kanwa. Following the tradition set by Genghis Khan, who nominated the most deserving among his sons as his successor, heir means successor. Babur chose his favorite and eldest son Humayun as his successor, heir. Humayun, he started his career from the year 1530 and that was ended 1540. 1540 he was defeated by Sher Shah and he became an exile, and again he captured India in the year 1555, but unfortunately the very next year 1556 he died. Humayun, on his accession to the throne, divided his inheritance as per his father's will, and accordingly his brothers Kamran, Kindle and Ascari. So Humayun's brother's name Kamran, Kindle and Ascari. He got a province each. He distributed each province to his brother. Yet each of brothers aspired for the throne of Delhi. But his brother Kamran, Kindle and Ascari, they wanted to capture the throne of Delhi. Humayun also had other problems, rivals and notables. Among them was the Afghan Sher Shah, the ruler of Bihar and Bengal. Sher Shah defeated Humayun at Chauza, note this year, 1539, and again at Kannauj in the year 1540. In two battles, one is 1539 and another one is 1540. In two battles, Humayun was defeated by Sher Shah. Humayun defeated and overthrown, had a flee to Iran. Humayun he escaped to Iran. With the help of the Persian ruler Shah Damshah of the Safavid dynasty, Humayun succeeded in recapturing Delhi in 1555. So in the year 1540, Humayun he escaped to Iran. In that Iran, he got the help from Shah Damash. Shah Damas of he belonged to Safavid dynasty. With his help, he again recaptured India in the year 1555. But unfortunately, he died in the year 1556 when he fell down the stairs of library. He fell down from the steps from the library in India. This is Humayun tomb. The next one, Sher started his career 1540 to 1545. Sher was the son of Afghan noble Hasan Suri. So Sher he belonged from Suri family, ruler of Sasaram in Bihar. After overthrowing Humayun, Sher started his career as a Sur dynasty at Agra. During his period, he built an empire stretching from Bengal to Indus, excluding Kashmir. He also introduced an efficient land revenue system. Note this one. Sher introduced efficient land revenue system. He also built many road and standardized coin weight and measures. And this is the picture of Sher. He was not belong to Mughal Empire. He was belong from Sur family. He defeated Humayun at two battles, 1539 and 1540. And 1540 he ruled in India and up to 45. He introduced a standardized weight system. Students, today we have studied about the new lesson, that is the Mughal Empire. That Mughal Empire was founded by the Babur. Then after his death, his son Humayun, he became the next king. Then after the death of, in between, Sher Shah Sur, he ruled in India. And 1555, Humayun again he recaptured India, but at last in the year 1556, Humayun was died. Students, up to this we conclude this lesson. Today I will give the short answer in this lesson. You copy in your classwork note and study well. Thank you.